Well, not a bad week of Sharks hockey. Sharks win this one in overtime, and they have a pretty decent week. And we are going to talk about it tonight on the Pucknologists. But of course, if you want to be part of the show, you can interact with us on all the social media platforms. If you have a social media platform, we're probably on it. If you want to support the show tonight, you can help us out by getting to the front of the line in the super chat. You can also like, subscribe, do all the YouTube things. Yeah, it's the YouTube things. Changing it up tonight. It's me, it's Puck Guy. It is an After Dark takeover of Pucknologists, or a Pucknologist takeover of After Dark, I guess would be the proper way to go down.
Holy crap, what a game. That overtime was nuts, dude.
I know.
God. Oh man. Hey, this is your show.
This is my show, isn't it? Fuck.
And I should say happy 250th episode, by the way.
Okay, I was going to adjust this at the end. Yeah, it is the 250th episode of the Pucknologists. Now, however, I guess I'd probably be remiss if I didn't thank the people that made this possible, because Absolutely. It wasn't me and it wasn't you.
Nope.
Obviously, this started with AJ, Jerk, and Rocket.
Yep.
There would be no Pucknologists without them, so I think I was going to say this till the end, but I think, I would be remiss if I didn't, it's really, this is their milestone, not ours. I mean, I've been on the cast for a year now. This is my first year kind of running things behind the scenes.
Right.
But there's not 250 episodes without those guys. So
absolutely not.
A shout out to those guys.
Absolutely. Stick tap to AJ, of course. And of course, Rocket and Hockey Jerk, who built this Sunday night podcast to recap the week that was in Sharks hockey. It's an incredible, great work from all of them to do what they've done, because it is a Sunday, and let's be honest, there's a lot of fun to have on Sunday for football as well. So
people tell me.
Yeah, allegedly.
This is what I'm told.
There wasn't a CFL game. Was it the Alouettes and the Blue Bombers on today?
I'm just such a hockey guy. Like, I just my sports are hockey, more hockey, and more hockey. Like, that is how I do things. It's like, what do I watch? I spend the day watching the NHL when the Sharks are on, and I generally will throw a game on for background, especially now that I had to pay for Sportsnet this year. I have to make sure I get my money's worth. So I'm watching a lot of hockey that I probably wouldn't watch otherwise, just so I could feel better about it, because I hate it. Fuck you, Rogers, but I mean, fuck me, because they took my money, obviously. And then obviously there's Barracuda games, and I watch all of those. And now that the OHL's on Flow Hockey, I find myself, I try to throw the Greyhounds on when they're on too. So for games that I can't get to live, it's nice to watch that. It's cool. Like, Flow Hockey, Flow Hockey has its problems,
right?
But for the price, I feel like you get a lot for the money.
Yeah, now that it has more than just the AHL, I think you get the CHL and then of course the OHL and
some college too.
Some college,
ECHL and the USHL. Yeah, I mean, there's plenty there. I mean, especially if you're looking to watch other things and keep an eye on other prospects and stuff, it's a good service. You're going to get a lot of them on that platform. So, but man, is it But I think I've probably spent, I don't know, 500-600 Canadian this year to watch hockey, which just seems fucking crazy to me at this point, right?
That's
not to mention what comes in March. So you want to talk about money spent on hockey this year? It's gonna be an all timer, an absolute all timer. Jerry coming with the super chat quick here, and then we will get the show on the rails. I
Yes.
promise. Jerry, $5 super chat. Congratulations to TUSA on 250. I watched the Sharks with my son William, and that Celebrini OT winner was awesome. We are still celebrating, as you should be.
Absolutely. Jerry, you've been around a very long time, so we appreciate you.
Yes.
Whether new or
absolutely.
old, thank you very much for joining us no matter what.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right. So when we do a takeover, we obviously start with the game that was just played. That is the Sharks defeating the Minnesota Wild in overtime. And man, this overtime, we'll get there. I'm just so juiced about this overtime.
I know, right? There's so much that happened before.
The Minnesota Wild outshot. Let me see here. What do we got here? I don't have the final shots. I didn't update my sheet. Good. 33-25 for the shots on goal in favor of the Wild. The San Jose power play was perfect, 2 for 2, and they killed 2 of 4 penalties they got. And it all starts off with William Eklund, who has been so fucking good this year. Which is crazy because I know, like, and I'm not trying to like call anyone out. Like, but I know we've had some in the chat where it's like Eklund's been asked this year, and I'm like, are we watching the same player? Are we still watching the same player? I need the answer to that. Because like I think this was gonna come, with the way I don't know, I just love the way Eklund plays. Rob Iman coming in with the $5 super chat again. Thank you. It helps keep the lights on, keeps us from cramming ads into our show. Could you imagine if we did ads? Our show would be like 4 hours long. It'd be
brought to you by Manscaped, and now a live shaving job by Ian Reed. Okay, go ahead.
Cheers to 250. The Sharks did what the Niners couldn't do today. I look forward to visiting Canada next year. Oh, you're coming up? You're good. Yeah, man. Enjoy. Beautiful country.
So quite jealous. Oh my gosh. But yeah, William Eklund, a spectacular road trip. I think he had 6 points, 3 goals, 3 assists. And I think more so in the last 3 games of the roadie too. So kudos to him. It's kind of nice to have that. I hate to say secondary scoring of sorts, because the focus is always going to be on Will and Mac and whoever they're going to have on their line, usually Toffoli. But it's nice to see Eki get some love and to play both ends. I think it's been fantastic for him, which is so nice.
Yeah. That's a power play goal. Macklin Celebrini and Dmitry Orlov getting the assists on that. Was their 8th assist of the season each. And then, not too long after, Michael Misa gets his first goal of the season.
Yes.
Nice to see him, obviously nice to see him get on the board. I think he's been doing a lot of good things. I think when you watch Michael Misa play, you can see how smart he is. And I think it's just once the body fills out a little bit more, and like he's going to be just unreal because you can see the intelligence there. This goal is nice. It just, kind of the puck kind of deflects off Wallstead, and he just puts it on the side where Wallstead can't stop it. And Tim Liljegren gets the assist on that goal, made it 2-0. Then things go off the rails a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
The Sharks end up taking a penalty, and Marcus Johansson gets his 4th of the year on the power play, with Rossi and Brock Faber getting the assists there. And then Marco Rossi, just how many seconds is it? 32 seconds later. Let me do some quick math here. He gets his 2nd of the year, and it's tied, and all that good work, and then it kind of just erased in 30 seconds.
It just seems like that's been the thing lately with the Sharks, is that they get a lead and then all of a sudden, here you go, guys, now go for it, or just in the past where you have a lead, well, I mean, at least they did it early, so there was plenty of time to catch up. But man, that was devastating, and especially how what was it, Desharnais that just got fooled around. But Rossi, what a player for Minnesota! My goodness.
Yeah. Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
I lost my window. All right.
Get back your window. Don't run off.
Then the Sharks kind of in the second period they get up and they do a little bit of quick rapid fire succession scoring, and they like, okay, anything you can do, we can do better. Like 17 seconds between these goals. William Eklund gets his fourth. Philip Khrushchev gets the assist on it, and then Ryan Reeves scores his goal from Barclay Goodrow and Ty Dellandrea. And then, like, I think my favorite part of this was like just Twitter, like listing all the people Ryan Reeves has more goals than,
Oh,
and it's like McDavid
was it Grav who like McDavid, Stamkos,
yeah.
elite goal scorer Cody Cece, I think he
Mm-hmm.
put in there is like, damn, bro. I think he has as many goals as Jeff Skinner, who was scratched today. I mean, hey, if they're working it and doing the things, this definitely, and I'm going to definitely channel my inner AJ for this one. This
Mm-hmm.
definitely reminded me of when the Sharks would score a goal like 20, 25 years ago, and then you put out the Ricci, Scott Thornton, Nicholas Sundstrom line to keep banging them in and
Yeah.
then making something happen, and that's what the guys did. So kudos to them. Uh, just to keep it going and to get more of a momentum on there. But oh, how things would change, my friend.
Yeah. The third period, not a great third period for the Sharks. I just, they, again, like you just, the Minnesota Wild obviously come on here, and it's going to be a situation where, obviously, like, they're trying to get back in the game and stuff, but like, I just, again, like, this has kind of been a problem with the Sharks playing with the lead, is they just can't seem to find a way to push the game. Like, they don't seem to have any pushback when they're trying to hold the lead. And I do wonder, I wonder if it's a situation where they're just so scared that they're gonna, like, if they try to push play and it goes back the other way, that they're gonna be in trouble for it from the coaching staff. Like, I do wonder, you know what I mean? Like, I wonder if there's an aspect of that in it.
Something. I mean, and I was kind of looking at the sorry, I was looking at the goal from Reeves because at the time Minnesota only had 10 shots on goal, and then with what 28 minutes plus overtime to go, and then they throw up another 23. I mean, Minnesota started coming on strong late in that period where they definitely got the Sharks hemmed in their zone, and it became a theme in the third in that case.
Yeah, yeah, and I think the other thing too was like, and I tweeted about this when it was happening, is like the Wild were doing a really good job of hemming the Sharks in their zone, because every time like they'd do that little chip out, they always had a defenseman back waiting for that chip out to push, like, and then that play went right back into the zone, and the pressure continued, and it took a while before the Sharks, I think, I can't remember who finally broke out with the puck, but finally someone was like, okay, we're just going to carry the puck out.
Yeah, it just they're doing. I mean, Minnesota, credit to them, doing such a great job on keeping the zone and just keep battling with them. And it's just like Hartman again, with the power play, and it's like, okay, this needs to stop, please. And thankfully the Sharks would get it right back. But my gosh,
Yeah, Ryan Hartman would get a goal on the power play again, especially, and that was the other thing too, right? Like, if you can't keep, if you can't counter the pressure, you probably don't want to take a penalty. But obviously, if you are getting pressured in your zone, you're more likely to take a penalty. People without the puck take penalties. That's just how the game works. Um, Thankfully, like you said, it didn't take too much longer. Tyler Toffoli comes through on the power play. Again, Sharks perfect on the power play tonight. He gets his third of the season. Mecklin Celebrini gets his ninth assist. William Mecklin gets his fifth assist on it. Um,
oh,
Nice, it was nice to see them. But at the second that power play ended, though, it was all Minnesota again, and
yep.
that's the issue, right?
Mm-hmm.
Zeev William, who I'm surprised people aren't screaming in the chat, going, "Why is Sam Dickinson on this team instead of Zeev William? He even scored tonight. He's so great." Um, and I like Zeev William too, but like, I don't know. It's over for me, right? It was over. It was over when the draft happened.
Yeah, but I mean,
But he gets a goal. I mean, not the prettiest of goals. Obviously, it kind of just deflects over and bounces in on Askarov. Unfortunate goal. I don't think
oh,
Askarov much he could do there. It was, that puck was bouncing off of everybody.
and they showed the slow motion from the side of the goal, and it's like you just see it
Yeah.
floating. It's like, oh crap, come on, really, damn. And it's like, oh boy, hang on, boys. But no,
Yeah, and then Tiger's gonna like, oh well, Steve Williams leading the league, but like, like their beat writers talking about how he needs to go to the AHL sooner than later. So I don't know what to tell you.
yeah, I don't know. I mean, in different situations too. For
Right, and no,
Williams
that's the other thing too, right? Because we do get that in the chat a lot. Like, oh well, look at these guys. These are the guys that the
right,
Sharks should have drafted instead. Look how they're doing. It's like, yeah, but these situations aren't even remotely the same.
right, and it's a learning process in San Jose. While
Yeah,
Williams like kind of getting thrown in there, and it's just how it dictates what's going on with both of the teams.
yeah,
Wild overpaying forwards, and the Sharks, the future
right.
is teal.
Yeah. Sorry, me and Tiger are apparently gonna
Oh
fight.
boy.
Uh, and then Joel Eriksson Ek tied up the game late in the third period. Again, you know, you play in your own zone for that long,
Yep.
and bad things are going to happen. So that brings us to overtime, and this overtime
Oh,
is a mess.
that's an understatement.
How long were they on the ice? Like they
I,
before
I
Celebrini gets that line change, like it must have been 3.5 minutes.
at least three
That
and a half minutes. Like I think someone said it was like 3:47 for Wenberg and Liljegren, and a huge risk by Eklund to make that change. But I mean,
Mhm.
Minnesota had that thing the entire time.
Yeah, like I was kind of just waiting for it to end. And
Yep.
credit to Yaroslav Askarov, who I think, um, I don't think he was amazing tonight, but he was good enough to keep the Sharks in it. And I think
Yep.
that's what you want at this point. Um, and I was fun. I was actually really happy they started on place because this was kind of the matchup that I talked about last week that I kind of wanted to see again was the Askarov versus Volstead because I think they're both, you know, they're both considered like this next wave of up and coming goalies. Now, things haven't gone swimmingly for Volstead. He had a really rough year last year, but he did start the year on the NHL squad this year, so we'll see how he continues to develop. But I was really excited for this matchup, but
Yep.
not a stellar night for either of them.
No, no. Well,
Um,
granted,
eh,
Kevin, like Kevin's saying in
yeah,
the chat, Askarov with the monster save before the Celebrini goal. You know that.
100%. Like he again, a huge save before the for the goal, and then Celebrini gets on the ice and is shut out of a cannon. I think the Wild, I think they just got surprised that it was Celebrini there because I think they just thought that maybe they missed the line change because they had just had pressure for so long, and it just seemed like they were just kind of flat footed when Celebrini just went. Like they're like, wait, where did this energy come from? Because being on the ice for that long is miserable.
And then going, and they were making changes back and
Yeah,
forth. But I also think the tone of play that Minnesota was doing, they're slowly but surely waiting for like a mistake or someone to slip and feed it to like William or Spurgeon to get the game winner. And then Celebrini comes on the ice with fresh legs, hasn't been on the ice for a little bit, but
yeah.
then does Celebrini things.
Yeah, Celebrini gets the puck, shot out of a cannon, goes to the other end, beats Volstead. Sharks win. It wasn't the prettiest of wins, but I think look at man, like when you're the San Jose Sharks, especially this season, because we see how this season started. Like this week was pretty decent,
Yeah,
but like I don't know, man. I'm just you. There's definitely quibbles you can have, and I'm not going to tell you
right.
that like you should just be like happy and just yay, but you also like I've learned in the past 5 years that when this team wins, you better fucking enjoy it.
Right. Yeah, no, but I mean, we're going about to talk about the week, but I mean, this road trip was Celebrini's, signature
Oh yeah, because
superstar
like
moment.
to start, it's funny because like when you start listening to like all the podcasts at the start of the season, there was a lot of talk about how like Celebrini was, and I still think he's ahead of, but I think him and Bedard are two different players. I think that
Yeah,
Bedard is like, you know, if Celebrini's Crosby, then Bedard's Ovechkin. Like
That's a good way of putting it. Yeah.
right? Um, but and then obviously Celebrini got off to a little bit of a slow start and was like, oh, Connor Bedard maybe is better than Celebrini after all, and then Celebrini goes off and pops off 1,000,000 points.
Yeah. It
I'll
just
take it.
I'll take it. Indeed. And hey, you come out with this with a 500 road trip.
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah,
yes,
I think all things considered, this a pretty good week of Sharks hockey because, I mean, obviously we're going to get into more of the games here, but other than the next game we're going to talk about it, I think there's a lot of positives you can take from a lot of like these last games. Even the game against New Jersey, I thought they played a decent enough game. Maybe and maybe the Mars a little low for that, but um, I didn't think they were terrible against New Jersey. I mean, New Jersey's a team. I think they just beat. Who did they beat tonight? The Avalanche, I think, for their 8th straight or something crazy.
something like that. Yeah. And
Like, so they were on a roll, and I thought the Sharks played them incredibly hard.
yep.
Um, so I think all things considered, pretty decent week of Sharks. Skyler with the $2 super chat. Connor Bedard, who? That's what I'm saying, my guy. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Who?
Um,
Oh, and another one from Skylar, Randy Hunt's
Randy Hunt's
OT call.
OT call. Yeah, you know what? I wish I could have heard it. I was watching the fucking Wild feed.
Oh, I'm so sorry. But I will say this, and we'll talk about it a little later on. But Randy, oh my God! I mean, you do not get enough credit for being an incredible announcer, yeah, and so much love to you, bud.
Yeah, so actually, before we move on, that is a good point. Sleepy asking any news on Godet, and that is a good point to add on my notes. I
I
did have that. Adam Godet left in the second period after I think it was 7 minutes left in the second period, and he did not return. Shark said upper body. In that third period, they were outshot 17-5, which is just obviously not good.
no.
Michael Misa drew in this game for Jeff Skinner, and Askarov was the first goalie to get back-to-back starts this season.
Yeah. Update via Max Miller on Twitter.
Okay.
No update on Gaudet right now. So we'll see. I went back and saw the replay. Didn't see too much, but I did see he was a little slow with his skating. So if maybe something happened earlier in the game.
I'm fascinated to see what they're going to do. I mean, obviously Skinner drops back in. I wonder if they're going to call someone up though, or because they're carrying 8,000 defensemen. So I'm fascinated to see what they're going to do. So let's move on. Let's go. We'll rewind things to the start of the week. The Sharks lost a 4-3 decision in Long Island. The Sharks outshot the Islanders 36-27, but their power play came up empty, and their penalty kill allowed 1 of 3. Colin Graff, Adam Gaudet, Celebrini with the goals in this game. Askarov made 23 saves on 27 shots for an 8.52 save percentage. I barely remember this game. There's been so much better hockey since.
Hey, it got off to a good start with Graf getting going 1-0, but then a minute later, the Islanders took over it, and the week prior they were winless as well until they got a win against Edmonton. They seem like they've started to find their game, and then of course, as we talked about the Minnesota game where the Wild get 2 quick goals, Islanders got 2 quick goals that just kind of killed their momentum again. But
I
just
watched a lot of hockey this week.
isn't it wonderful? I mean, God.
Yeah, it's great, I guess.
Our significant others might think otherwise, but I thought it was a decent game. They showed some strength. Yes, there were struggles there, and of course the buildup was Misa versus Celebrini, or excuse me, Matthew Schaefer versus Celebrini. Misa versus Schaefer.
Right? Yeah.
And kudos to Matthew Schaefer. I mean, talk about a hot start as well.
Yes, I believe I did the After Dark for this game, which is crazy. That it just I have to go back and jog my memory because I'm pretty sure I was on After Dark for this game. You know what? That's the thing.
You wanted to do the entire week.
I didn't want to do the entire week. No one had signed up to do the entire week, so I was like, "Well, it is in the Eastern Time Zone. Here I go."
Right. No, and I appreciate you, my friend.
Happy Canadian Robot. Yeah.
But But I mean, this one, I mean, yeah, they had their struggles, and we'll probably go on to talk about their penalty kill a little later.
Mhm.
But I mean, then you saw like Celebrini start his epic week, you know,
Yes.
and and it just you get that goal to cut it back to 4-3, and you're like, okay, you're giving us a chance, which was which is great, you know. So
Skylar with the $2 super chat. Does Max game versus the Rangers in Minnesota put him on Team Canada? I think that if I'm Team Canada, and now I'm biased because I'm a Sharks fan, of course. So there's some bias here. I think that if you're Team Canada, I think you're bringing Max Celebrini. I don't know if he's going to play all the games. I think he's going to be there more just to get him around the guys and get him used to the experience
yeah,
because he is the next wave of Canadian superstar centers. Like, yeah, eventually this will be like maybe not his team because Nathan McKinnon still exists,
right.
but this is but he is going to be in that next wave of forward who's going to be counted on to carry on the legacy of Team Canada at the Olympics. So I think if you're Team Canada and you've seen what you've seen so far, I think you bring him. You probably bring him as like an extra forward, and maybe you get him a couple of games here and there. I don't know if you get him in all the games, but I think that you want to get him and just let him have that experience and get used to what's what at the Olympics.
Yeah, I'm looking at the '06 roster, and it doesn't look like Sidney Crosby even made it, which was kind of surprising.
No,
But
Crosby
it
did
is,
not. They went with a very veteran group, and that
yeah,
was what Italy.
yeah, it was in Torino. Ironically,
Yeah,
they're going back to Italy this winter, so it'll be interesting. But
it was a very very veteran team that they took to Italy. I don't
oh,
think
big
they
time.
did very good, if I remember correctly. No medal.
Not that I'm aware of. Yeah, it was the lowest position that a Canadian men's Olympic ice hockey team ever achieved. They
Yeah.
placed seventh,
Yes, that was
pushed by
that
Pat
was an
Quinn.
absolute disaster. Oh,
Oh
that's right.
gosh,
Okay, I remember. I know they had a disaster over there, and it kind of changed the way they did it. But yeah, I think you bring them, but you look at the. I mean, it's Team Canada, right? The forwards that they are going to bring, it's as good as Celebrini is. Like, but these guys have been there, done it, and you can count on them. And I think you can count on Celebrini too, but yeah, I still think you bring him as an extra forward. He gets a
yeah,
game here or there. He wouldn't be an every night guy,
no,
but eventually look at, like some of these guys are going to age out and there's going to be guys that are going to need to come in and take those spots. And
yeah.
Macklin Celebrini is going to be one of those guys who's going to be counted on to come in and take those spots.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting call. I mean, they have a
Yeah.
deadline coming up, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, at the end of, I think it's the end of November, they have to have their final, or there's a cut.
Yeah, I thought there
I
was.
had this in my head. I think they just had to submit I think the end of this month they have a big short list that they have to submit, and then I think in November they have to submit their final roster. And then Ryan Hutton here saying Team Canada should take a look at Celebrini, but like Crosby in '06, I doubt he'll be on the roster. And yeah, and if they don't bring him, I don't think it's the end of the world.
Right.
I think, but I think he's done a lot this season that they should at least look at him.
Yep. No, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. So the Islanders, yeah, they lose to the Islanders. It was not great. Some of the comments, some of the things from that game. Um, from Michael Misa, he said it was a good play for Graf to find him with the no look pass on that goal. That pass from Misa was stupid for Colin Graf's goal that opened the
Oh
game.
yeah.
And then I saw a good. I see now. I remember, and then I saw that coming down to the one time feed over, and yeah, it was a good play. Warsofsky, it was a big mistake on the fourth goal, a line change. That's what's going on right now. This is the game. This is the goal that costed them the game. We're making one drastic mistake in the back of the net, and it's in the back of the net. That's ultimately costing us the game. I thought this was probably our most complete game of the year. I liked our effort. We had some good scoring chances. I think we only had them for 9 chances against on 5-on-5. Those are wins more times than not. We're going to keep plugging away. And again, I don't think this was the worst game the Sharks played. I mean, it was just, I think at this point, like, people are just so down. because it was so many losses in a row. And I think it was
Given,
hard to feel good about it in the time,
yep.
but we will see. Then the Sharks move on, and there was all kinds of shenanigans with the kids just out taking over New York and doing New
Oh,
York things.
no kidding. I mean, they were having. It's kind of fun how they had this whole week, with the
Yeah.
exception of flying out Friday, where they went to go see the Book of Mormon,
Mhm.
Revo's recommendation apparently, and then the guys get noticed quite a bit online. Do we have that? Do we have one of those videos? Actually, I think, can I pull
Do
it up?
you?
Yeah, I think I do.
Here we go.
Oh my gosh, this is exciting. I think maybe.
Is
Yep,
it?
I got
Is
it.
it exciting?
I mean,
These look like. Okay, do a spin. Turn around. Wow. Now these are.
those are very fancy guys who went viral thanks to Judy Jupiter on TikTok, who has a tendency to just go up to random people and talk to them and just randomly talk. And this one just went crazy on online for days. It seems like, with that, not the least of which, uh, Michael Bisa and Sam Dickinson. I mean, they're just hanging out and having a good time in New York, literally.
It's good, and you know what though? I'm happy though, because like there was some talk on social media, and again, I'm not like I don't want to call anyone out. Like I just like we're allowed to disagree.
Right.
I think is what I'm trying to say, right? Like if I ever like say something, and it might be something that maybe you said on social media as a viewer of this podcast, and you're like, oh, Ian's calling me out. I'm not calling you. We're allowed to disagree. I have to find things to talk about, right? And there was a lot of talk of like, obviously when the Predators had their U2 show canceled, and then they went on a rip, right? And everyone's like,
Right.
oh, well, why are the Sharks doing all this extracurricular stuff? They're not winning. Like, and I think it's important for especially a young team like this to have like the Predators, very different team in a very different situation, right? The
Right.
Predators, a veteran team that maybe they're not good, like, because I don't think they've been particularly great this year either. They have no center depth, but I think a lot of people, like when they saw the moves that they made in the off season, um, it's a veteran team that people thought was going to do more. Maybe they thought that they should have done more than they were capable of. That I would hear, but obviously, a lot of talk about, oh well, they canceled the U2 thing and then they went on this rep, and why
Right.
aren't the Sharks doing this? And I think it's the difference is that for the Sharks, these are kids, right? And I think if you just completely suck all the fun of the out of the game out of them, then it's not going to be good. Like this team, I think this team can, like, look at NHL teams can generally win on any given night, but the Sharks are going to be hard pressed to win on any given night against a lot of teams. So I think just like punishing them by being like, okay, well, you guys aren't winning, so no fun for you.
And
I don't think it's the right approach for this group.
and outside the disaster in Utah and maybe a little bit of the Carolina game,
Yeah,
they've been
the
in.
Carolina team, like Carolina rolls everybody though. Like
Right.
if you expected the Sharks to go in and fucking hang with Carolina, I want whatever drugs you are doing, because they must be wonderful.
Oh my god. But what I'm saying, oh my god. But what I'm saying is that, if they were getting, annihilated, and they were having those 10-goal games
Yeah,
like they
yeah,
had a
yeah.
couple years ago, then I could see where people are going to come up. Why are these guys going outside? What are they doing? Like, Morocco 323 just putting, if you go full Don Cherry on your young guys, that's how they end up where the New York Rangers are right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they aren't. They're having fun. I mean, that's the thing, is they're having fun, and I guess they're not. They could be frustrated with things.
Oh, I think, look at, I don't
But
think
they're not
they
showing
should
it.
be.
That's a good
I
thing.
don't think that do I think that the Sharks should go home and be like, Ah, shucks, we tried. We'll get them next time. No, obviously, I think there is 100% work to be done here.
Absolutely.
I just don't think that the right approach with this team, at least right now or this early in the season, is no fun for you.
Yeah.
It's hockey, and like I know the other show. There was probably I remember a recent After Dark where I was saying like they should just sit in their jerseys, like just not take off their gear, get on the plane, cry the whole way. It'll be fine. Um,
Yeah. Moving on.
Moving on. They beat the New York Rangers 6-5 in overtime. They get goals from Gaudette, Celebrini, and more Celebrini. Will Smith also pots a couple, including the OT winner. And again, like just a big night, 5 point night for Macklin Celebrini, a 4 point night for Will Smith. Alex Nedeljkovic came in, and I thought he was okay.
Mhm.
Again, like I think the goaltending's been it's been okay. Like they made saves when they needed to make saves. You probably there's a couple. I think there was one save against the Rangers where I'm kind of like you kind of want that, but I think overall I'm not too heated with the goaltending this week. Nick Leddy goes down with injury this game. I don't think we've seen him since.
No, I think they're going to reevaluate him when they get home tomorrow. Oh, they'll be
Uh,
home tonight, but they'll probably look at him tomorrow.
Celebrini and Tyler Radish had dueling hat tricks. The last time Celebrini had a dueling hat trick, I think they lost the game. So it's good to see them being on the right side of
In
a
Minnesota
Celebrini hat
last
trick.
year. Yep.
Yes. Ryan Reeves, Matt Rempe had a pretty good fight.
Oh, that was a good one.
There was a lot. Like I think as far as hockey games go, like I think this is probably the most fun I've had watching the Sharks this year.
Yeah, this one had it all, and for it to be at Madison Square Garden was fantastic. I'm sure execs were thinking, "Crap, I wish this was on ESPN or TNT tonight," because it had everything. I mean, goals, fights, great saves on it all, and not the least of which you mentioned, Celebrini and Smith had their nights. Don't forget, William Eklund had three
Yeah,
points this game too, which it's not to steal Snipe City's tagline "Slippery Pete," but being slippery in how he's getting all these points. So good on that. But you know, crazy game. Love to see it again. The resiliency slowly coming together with this team. Yeah, they started out smart, let it get back, but they hung in there against the Rangers.
yeah, like just a good game. Ryan Rosowski, just some comments that he made. They said that the kids live for this type of moment at MSG. They're competitive, but but I think if you put them on a pond in rural Boston, they'd be just as excited to play and go compete. That's what's so special about them. They're ultra competitive, they're driven, and nothing really rattles them. They just keep going and playing. I think Macklin had a great game against the Islanders on Thursday, and I think he one-upped it tonight, as did Will. Celebrini continued, "It's fun when you win." It was a great game, Madison Square Garden, and to get our first win, it's good. And then on his game-winning goal, Will Smith said it was all Mac. He made a great play there in the corner, stripped the guy, and then found me in the slot in that pass. Like
Oh,
like as good as that Will Smith shot was, the setup for Macklin Celebrini is mwah.
I mean, Will
Um,
Smith, don't sell yourself short. That was a snipe that I don't even think Shesterkin even saw go in
yeah,
and pop out.
and um, Celebrini, just continuing on that goal. I just wanted to stay on the puck and whatever happened there, but I grabbed it. I looked over and he was wide open. I know he didn't miss those. Didn't miss many of those. On the other side, JT Miller said that the Rangers were not ready to play and didn't really respect our opponent today. So
I mean, after this game, the Sharks had as many goals as the Rangers did on MSG Ice.
that's right. That's a good point. I should have brought that up too, right? Like for the
I
Rangers,
got
like
you, bud. I got you.
I know. I appreciate it.
But I mean, but for that game and everything, and there were times where I was listening on the way home from work, like these fucking guys are gonna fucking believe it. Can't believe they blew a 3-1 fucking. Oh, it's 5-4. Okay, cool.
Yeah. um, Kevin, I just want Mukmadulin back in healthy. John asking when. I don't think I haven't heard anything on Mukmadulin. I'm assuming he's one of like it's going to be a situation where they're going to get home, and I think we're going to get like just a huge info dump on injuries once
Yeah.
they're off the road. That's what I'm expecting. I don't recall seeing anything about Mukmadulin at this point. Evil Duck apparently Evil Duck saying Sharks versus Wild is apparently Sharks versus Wild is much CTV. Yeah,
Oh,
just skip through the third period.
for both games, the last two in Minnesota just were nuts.
Yeah.
And 8-7 was the last April, and this one.
And then so which one of you has AJ chained in one of your closet or basements? I didn't have a basement. So look, here's the deal. When
AJ, be quiet in there. You be
yeah,
quiet.
it's Puck Guy.
Keep watching football, all right?
Here's the deal with AJ this year. AJ has planned that he's going to appear on most of the Pucknologist episodes this season, but he will not be here every Sunday. We knew this going into the season. He didn't want to run the show, and he didn't want to be in every he just wanted to be able to do other things and not have every Sunday tied up to this show. There's no issues. Obviously, like there's no drama or anything. It's just that this was a night where he wanted the night off, and Puck Guy was happy to sit in his shoes. So that's how this is going to go. So if you see a show and AJ's not here, it's no big deal. We knew this going into the season that he wasn't going to be in every Sunday thing. And honestly, next Sunday, because of the game being ending so late, I don't know what the hell we're doing. So. I don't know.
If that isn't a tease for you to hit the subscribe button and tease you to see what comes up next, there you go.
Can we talk about how much better the Wild goal song is than the Sharks? I think there's 31 teams that have a better goal song than the Sharks.
I must be the only one that thinks it's not too bad. I mean, give it time.
I think it'll be whatever.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I will say the Vancouver's "Don't You Forget About Me" is just no. We're not. I'm sorry.
All right.
If anything, at least we're number 31.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. Let's wrap this up with the game that they played on Friday against the New Jersey Devils. The New Jersey Devils beat the San Jose Sharks by a score of 3-1. The New Jersey Devils outshot the Sharks 29-27. 1-4 on the power play for the Sharks. I think they killed 2 of 5 penalties. The William Eklund with the lone goal scorer for the Sharks. Macklin Celebrini had his 7th. Askarov had his best game of the season. Kept a minute.
Crazy saves too.
No, but again, you want to talk about uneven games or games where they just kind of get pushed around for a period. They had no shots in the second period. Now the Sharks did. It's important to note that the Sharks did end up in a little bit of penalty trouble in the second period, and it is hard to get on offense when you are constantly killing penalties. They had 2 goals called back in this game as well, but I don't have a problem with either of them.
Yeah.
I thought I know now that they've changed the offside rule, so you can kind of be like, if you have possession and you're moving forward or whatever, there's a little more gray area of what you can do on the blue line, but to me, that's offside.
I mean, it is to me. It is, but like you just said, there's such a gray area now.
Yeah,
I mean, it makes sense why they changed the league logo years ago from orange to gray, because it seems like, we can kind of interpret it this way, but maybe not in this game though.
Yeah. I don't know. Did you have and obviously the high stick was a obvious high stick, easiest call
totally
anyone could ever make. So I don't really have a problem. Did you have a problem with with some of the penalties in this game? I didn't really. I thought it was fine.
I mean,
it sucked. It was definitely slanted in one direction.
Yeah,
goals were in the second, but
I mean, you just gotta be. I mean, that Desharnais one. I was like, you kind of fell down pretty easily. I will say the Jeff Skinner one, which I think he was really upset about. Where Mercer just all of a sudden decides to hold Skinner's stick, and then just okay, just just getting frustrated. It's like, wow, really, we're falling for that, and the ref was looking right up, and he just gets his arm up. So
Yeah. Yeah. Misa came out of the lineup in this game. Kurashev came in. Um, Askarov on his game still had no idea what's going on with me before. I know I wasn't playing great before, but today is a new day, and if this was a good game, they're just trying to keep it going and be solid. I'm just trying to keep it going and be solid. Ryan Rosofsky, we were a little too cute at times. Something we have to learn is that when not we're not going to feel great every game. We're not going to play like we did Thursday night and put 6 on the board every night.
yeah,
We have to win 2-1, grind it out, and play steady hockey. Yeah, I thought like this game, I wasn't even remotely annoyed at this game. I thought Askarov having the game he did was like enough for me to like leave happy, because obviously like the Askarov talk was getting pretty significant. People were getting a little bit impatient with how he was playing. So
yeah. I look at AJ. Dang it! How did you escape from my?
yeah,
Dang it! But I hope you had fun. But and you'll be here next Sunday, so that's good. But yeah, this one was tough because yeah, kind of the momentum of everything. You know, you get into
yeah.
that bad psyche, and you can definitely see that happening with this team. Unfortunately for this Devils one, but again, they still hung in there. They still had chances, but just really tough.
Taco Cruiser in the chat saying, I'm a little disappointed in Dickinson. I thought Dickinson was supposed to be an elite skater. Oh, let me bring it up here. I thought Dickinson was supposed to be an elite skater. He doesn't look very fast out there. I think he's been fine. I don't know. I think that like defense is hard.
Yeah,
Defense in the NHL is hard. I think he's done fine. I think he's adjusting to the pace of play. I think obviously like he has made mistakes that you would absolutely expect a player in his situation to make.
right.
But I don't know. I've been pretty happy with his play so far. I do think that this is where this is, it's a situation where unfortunately, like because of the way the rules are this year Sam Dickinson would have benefited a lot from AHL player, like being able to put one 19-year-old in the AHL. And I think that Sam Dickinson definitely would have benefited from that. I think he's in a really rough situation where you're either playing in the NHL or you're playing in the OHL. And I do think like I don't again, look at if the Sharks sent Sam Dickinson back, I would be annoyed, but I would get it, and I don't think it would be like I don't think this would be absolutely devastating for his development to have to go back to the OHL. But it's unfortunate that that's the way the rules set up, because I do think that it's a situation where um, you would love for him to be able to get some AHL time and play 20 minutes a night instead of whatever he's playing right now, the 10 to 15 or whatever, whatever they're giving him now. I think it would be nice for him to get like a few games in and with the Barracuda where he could play, 25 minutes a night.
Right. Like tonight he played 11:26.
Yeah.
But as we get closer and
And
closer,
I do think elite skater definitely over and Dave's right in the chat. Like I've never seen Sam Dickinson skating as elite, but I think he's a very good skater.
yeah. But we're getting closer and closer to that decision time for both him and Misa.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I mean, that's definitely something that's coming up. Obviously, I think it's going to be something we're going to have to keep talking more and more about, obviously, because at some point, like they're going to have to make a decision, because if the Sharks, and I had this wrong on Twitter, sometimes I get things wrong. It's very embarrassing.
How dare you?
I know.
You gotta fix your AI
The
chip in
hockey
your phone.
robot. Yeah, the hockey robot has been. No, that's the problem. Now that AI is so prevalent, it just like scoops up just nonsense that people say, and I just commit it to memory like it's real, just like AI does. It is going to be interesting though, because obviously, like coming up, like they're going to have to make a decision on Misa and Sam Dickinson, because they're coming up to their 9 games. Once that happens, like if they both stay, they have to make a roster move, because once those contracts kick in, they will count.
Yeah.
towards the 50 roster, so they're going to have to get rid of a contract at some point. I don't want to, I don't want to get too into that now, but it is important. It's a good topic of conversation, but I don't think we're not there yet, so we should table it a little bit.
Yeah.
But I think, I think they've both been good. I hope that they both stick. I would be annoyed I think I'd be annoyed if they both get sent down.
Yeah.
Although I, I could understand. I think, again, with what Michael Misa did last year, again, with going back to Saginaw or possibly getting traded to a contender. I'm not sure how good Saginaw is right now. Would that be devastating to their development? No, of course not. But it wouldn't be optimal either.
Right. I'm pulling up. Let's see here. Oh gosh.
I feel like they are overcoaching Dickinson, and he's trying to apply what they are preaching, and just not playing his. Yeah, I think that's part of it, right? I think if because I think what is he going to do if you're Sam Dickinson? Like, you kind of have to do what the coach wants you to do. Then that's what you're going to do to try and stick around, right? But I do think that once he adjusts more, and I think once he gets more comfortable, I think some of his better instincts will just kind of kick in, and I hope that he can kind of earn a little more rope from the coaching staff.
Currently the Saginaw Spirit is in 7th.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
And then London is in 4th place in the West in the OHL.
Yeah, London's always good. Like, London's never bad. It's just, London's never bad. They're just like, they're either a playoff team or they're like an all-out contender. And obviously, when you win 2 Memorial Cups and you have guys graduate, like they've had guys graduate. Not all their guys. I mean, they've still got some good guys, like Henry Bishnevich is back there now. And but once guys start to graduate and stuff, like they're always good, but they're not great. But if you put Sam Dickinson on that team, you could probably push them back towards great very easily again. And Bayjaws bring up a good point. Elliot Friedman said that the Sharks are looking at shopping a D-man. That's something that we've heard from a few places at this point. So it's going to be interesting to see. Again, look at if Sam Dickinson's sticking around, they have to make a move on this blue line.
Yeah, and there were some speculation about Alex Wenberg and going to maybe Vancouver earlier this week.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, I think they moved. I think Chicago moved Reichel over to Vancouver, and I think that's what they're doing for now. Mm-hmm. But we'll see how it goes later on.
Yeah. Diamondback Orlov is tied for 3rd among points among defensemen. Sell high.
Oof. He's a roller coaster for sure. We'll kind of talk about him a little bit.
And Evil Ducks, like, this is a good point, right? Because obviously there's a lot of chat about Sam Dickinson versus Zeev William, which I think is never a conversation that's never going to go away. The Wild are putting the rookie defenseman out in important situations. I don't understand why the Sharks refuse to put Dickinson on the power play or times when they need goals, and I completely agree. I think again, right, and this is why I kind of go back to when someone's like, oh, we should have drafted this guy, or look what this guy's doing, and we drafted Will Smith instead. And it's like, yes, but are these guys in the same situation? No, they are not.
No, it's completely different, and how they're approaching is completely different. Is that what they should be doing?
I'd like, but Sam Dickinson not being on a power play just seems silly to me.
Yeah, I think
you don't put him on the first, right? Like, I understand like why, like, I don't think you have to put on the first, but we have no room for him on the second power play unit.
Yeah.
It just seems kind of silly, right?
Yeah, no, just crazy. I thought at least the second power play unit would be a spot for either Dickinson and or Cagnoni.
Yeah.
If he was getting called up, and when he got called up, he quickly went back down.
All right. Let's talk about that other team in the Bay Area. And no, not the 49ers. Fuck off.
Ooh.
Oh, what a kid, twice. Oh my God. What's wrong with me?
We're
Jackie.
Ian is super excited
I'm
about the
super
Barracuda.
excited to talk about the
Let's
Barracuda
talk
apparently.
about that great game between them and the Coachella Valley Firebirds.
Oh, let's. The
Eesh.
San Jose Barracuda played 3 games this week. The first one was a 6-3 loss against the Coachella Valley Firebirds. The Coachella Valley Firebirds, I'm just going to say Coachella. They outshot them 34-27. The San Jose Barracuda got goals from Anthony Vincent, Lucas Carlson, and Casper Haltman, all getting their first goals of the season. Barracuda schedule finally picking up a little bit. They went like
My
they
God.
went like so far into the season, they had played 10 games, and now the schedule's starting to catch up with them, which is nice. Jacob Skarek again, like I don't like Skarek. I don't think particularly much of him. There's a couple of goals here. He did get shelled this night, but there was a
Yeah.
couple of goals where it's like you just need a save here, and it was like at this point you're watching like can one of these teams get a save?
Right?
Please, and just the kind of game that it was for the Barracuda. It was like they get onto a penalty. The Coachella Valley Firebirds take a too many men penalty, and what do the Barracuda do? Like 30 seconds later, take their own too many men penalty on the power play.
Like,
Like,
come on, guys. I know we love Shalina so much, but we don't need to do hella dudes over and over again.
yeah,
Oh my gosh.
um, yeah. So that wasn't good. This was a rough game. The Milwaukee Admirals make a rare trip to San Jose. Look at the Barracuda. This was a very frustrating game because I think that the Barracuda did outplay them for a stretch. The problem was they could not kill a penalty, and when you are the San Jose Barracuda, um, killing penalties is something you're going to do a lot. And I don't know that the roster changes over big swaths of it every year, and yet this continues to be a problem.
Hmm.
Uh, the Barracuda got goals from Matthias Havelid, who got his first of the season. Casper Haltman got his second of the season. Gabe Carrier was in net. I thought he played well enough. Again, not really getting much support. Power play goals, hard to pin those on your goalie. But again, like a second straight game where you allow 6 goals. You can't win hockey games allowing 6 goals. David Edstrom, this was first time that I got to see him. He was obviously acquired from the Sharks acquired David Edstrom in the Tomas Hertl trade, and then they moved him to get Yaroslav Askarov. He got his first AHL goal in this game. Matt Murray, here's the thing, like the Barracuda took a lot of shots in this game, but they were a lot of perimeter shots. Like they had a hard time getting decent opportunities. I thought that as good as the shot quality was, they had a hard time getting to the net, getting to the points where you know what I mean. Like so,
Right.
I thought Matt Murray, not that Matt Murray, the other Matt Murray. It's very confusing. He had a pretty easy night.
Yeah.
They kept the Barracuda shooters to the outside, and it's fine.
Yeah.
It's
No.
what it is.
And Milwaukee definitely set the tone early.
Yes.
With the physicality, definitely going in there and
Yeah, a
giving
lot
it
of
to them.
fights.
I never expected Halton to have a fight in the A. Like, oh wow, okay, all
No,
right.
he's had a couple fights in juniors. Like it wasn't completely out of character. I've seen he has a couple. He's had a couple of fights in junior. Because I'm
Fair.
like Casper Haltman fighting. This seems weird. And then I went to hockey fights just to double check, and
Right.
nah, he fights.
Huh.
It's fine.
Okay. That's fine.
Yeah. So, and the other thing that happened in this game too, which obviously didn't help anything, was Luca Cagnoni took a puck during warm up and then in the face and didn't play.
Oh, jeez.
Yes. Barracuda would finish their week. They beat the Admirals 3-2. Much better game. Like if you want to talk about like obviously responses and stuff like that, like this is a situation here I thought was you want the Barracuda, sorry, to have a good response, and they really did. Cagnoni draws back into the lineup wearing the fishbowl. He gets a goal. Ethan Cardwell scored a really funny goal because he was just kind of there and he just kind of put it through Krona's pads. It's silly. Go on my X at Ian Blogs Hockey. There's a couple of shots of it, and it was just like the funniest thing where Krona was obviously thinking passing. He's just like, no, 5-hole. And Colin White scored the game winner for the Barracuda. Skarek, who I have been very critical of so far, he was really good in this game. He made 20 of 22 20 saves on 22 shots. Magnus Krona was in net for the Admirals. Again, another player that the Sharks moved in exchange for Yaroslav Askarov. He had a rough go in San Jose. He had a better season last year, but the Admirals are a much better team.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean that's basically that. The San Jose Barracuda outshot the Admirals 39-33. Again, a really just a good bounce back game. Really nice.
Yeah, no, a nice bounce back. They needed that one because if they get swept again for the week at home, that's just
It was looking rough
crumbling.
because I think when we talked about the Barracuda going into this season, you know, that was the concern was goaltending because I think Gabe
Yep.
Carrier had a really uneven season last year. Jacob Skarek has never been good in the AHL, and he has been on some really bad teams as well. So the Barracuda, obviously, like again, there's definitely there's offense on this team, but
Yep.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, there is
This
offense,
team is
but
coached by John McCarthy.
bingo. I hate to say it, and I hate to jump on there, but oh man, I mean, what went they were Milwaukee was 4 for 5. That's beyond unacceptable
Yeah,
for
the
one
one
game.
game, yeah,
Still,
the whole game fell apart based on their inability to kill penalties.
yeah,
And again, when you're the San Jose Barracuda, you need to be able to kill penalties because you take a lot of them for really dumb reasons, and that
yeah,
doesn't seem to change. There's an interview with Christy Flannery with Thomas Bordelot, who revealed that he requested a trade
yeah.
at the trade deadline. Max Miller, I stole this from Max Miller, who took it from Christy Flannery. So I want to give credit to both because I completely missed this. Missed this news. The Sharks obviously traded him to the Devils in the summer for forward Shane Bowers. Bordelot was unhappy with his NHL opportunities last year, and unfortunately, the one game when he finally did get a call up, he suffered a concussion, and that was it for the season for him. Um, I I get it. I think Thomas Bordelot, I think there was many times on this show where I was asking for like, why has Thomas Bordelot not been called up yet or not been given an opportunity when they were kind of calling up guys? I think the Sharks did a good job last year of calling up guys that, um, that they're looking at for a future because there was a good stretch up until I think last year where the San Jose Sharks would just continue to just call up these veteran tweener
Yep.
AHL guys. And, you know, and this is look at, and then Paul Dorowski was a guy who wanted that opportunity, came here, didn't get it. And, you know,
Just
he
gonna
goes
say
to the
that. Yep.
KHL, but like that was the right play um, because again, like you wanted to call up the guys that are going to, that they think are going to factor and are going to have an opportunity to factor into the future. And that's just
Right.
never like, as much as I love Podorowski's a good guy.
Yep.
He's a good player. Like he's a good player, but he's not. If he was going to break onto an NHL roster, he would have done it by now.
Right. And then
Like
that's like,
that's just you know that's just reality. And I don't want to like that might seem like a cheap shot at Polarowski, but that's just it is what it is at this point. Like he's getting into AHL journeyman tweener territory.
right.
Um, how is Gushin doing in the AHL? He's doing very well for the Colorado Eagles. But again, like I don't. The Bordelot trade, like it makes more sense now because I was really kind of skeptical of this trade too when it happened.
Oh, yeah.
Not even because I like the player, but I still think like you look at the Barracuda right now, and I think their center depth is pretty weak. I don't like that Philip Beasted's your number one center, and then I think Ostapchuk's like your third, and like Thomas Bordeleau, like you have all these high scoring wingers, and you kind of have I like Philip Beestead more than a lot of people do, but he's a bottom six forward at best in the NHL. Zach Ostapchuk is a same bucket slash tweener in my opinion. So
Yeah,
I mean,
big
I'm
time.
glad that this came out because it makes more sense, and I feel, but I just think like if you look at the Barracuda this year, like they could still use a guy like Thomas Bordeleau center ice.
Big time. Just even for the support, but then again, you're doing that for the CUDA, not for the Sharks. I could see where he's like, I'm not down with that. Get me out of here.
Yeah, and like
But
I love Daniel Gushin, but like when you're bringing in Quentin Musty and Casper Haltman and Cam Lund and you know what I mean? Like there's so many. I
Yeah.
mean, Cam Lund can play center too, obviously, but I just like there was I moving on from Gushin made more sense to me than Thomas Bordeleau. But if
True.
Bordeleau wanted out, then he wanted out. What can you do, right?
Yes, just the pain of seeing Gushin's first 5 games with the Eagles, 6 goals, 1 assist, 7 points.
Yeah.
Ouch. Ouch.
Yeah.
Anyways, sorry, my bad. Moving on.
The Sharks made some unfortunate history. Were you aware of this?
Shocking. I think I was, but please, let's tell the masses.
The San Jose Sharks made history. They are the first of the Big Four, if you consider the NHL the Big Four. I do. The NHL, the NBA, the NFL, or MLB team in history to go winless in their first 5 games in 4 straight seasons. Congratulations to the San Jose Sharks. I'm going to find it.
Oh, that's painful.
We have to have a. Oh, we do.
Even the first 2 years at the Cow Palace, they got their win within the first 3 games. So
yeah,
way to go, guys.
Imagine the CUDA had good coaching. Imagine this is a world I'd like to live in.
It's like Dan Bilesma is available. I don't know. Anyways,
some other shenanigans around the league.
All right, let's do this.
We had the this Canes Avalanche jersey thing going on.
Yeah. I mean, beautiful throwbacks. Love the goalie gear. I hate that it's a fucking money grab.
I like it. Like I think this is cool, right?
It's fantastic.
I think it's just such a slap in the face to the people, especially to Quebec City, right? Now look at I don't want to get like too high on my horse here because I'm very much of the opinion that like Quebec has the hardest chance of getting back a team because there's nowhere in Canada where you're not already being serviced by a team.
Right.
So I think Quebec has the hardest path back. And I think the Whalers too, like Hartford just is not an NHL city. Like the league has outgrown a market like Hartford.
Oh, big time. Big time.
Right?
I mean, if they didn't have iconic uniforms, I can't see them being mentioned about it.
So as cool as I think this is, and as cool as it was to see like they changed all the graphics and stuff to be like it's Quebec versus Hartford. I just think it's such a punch in the dick to those markets.
Oh, it is
especially Quebec, right?
It really is because it's like really you're wearing our jerseys for what? And the same thing for the Hurricanes. It's like why?
Yeah, like I think it's great fun and stuff. I just think it's such a like if you're a Nordiques, like if you're a person who's like weighted, because as much as like I've said, I've kind of like given the reasons why the NHL won't go back to Quebec City.
Mm-hmm.
Like they did everything they were supposed to do. They said build a building, they built one. The Videotron Center is awesome.
Yeah, it's
awesome.
It's to me, it's basically. All right, we've talked to Gary. We're now in the position where Winnipeg is now, but then of course you get
Utah was waiting this time.
Utah is like, oh, we have a building that has a lot of seats hidden, and kudos to Utah for just jumping on it really quick for it, but it's like God, it just sick to my stomach. for that.
Yeah, I look at and look at and these are good points, right? Like these franchises do own that history, right? Like I hate how like the Jets history is kind of done now, where it's like Jets
Yeah.
2.0 somehow, like it's such a convoluted mess, and I understand why they do it, but like at the same point, like I do like that you are like throwing back to the history of your sport, of your team and where it came from and everything else. Like and I do think, look, they're well within the right to do it.
Yeah.
Again, they're
Totally.
they're well within the right. I'm not making any market, and those old markets need to realize that the NHL isn't returning. Yeah, I mean,
Right.
which is again, I think shitty because Quebec has done everything they were supposed to do, that the league has told them to do when they were put in when they put in bids for expansion. Quebec has entered a bid every time and just
Yeah.
gets told to go fuck themselves. And part of the problem was that they did want to balance the teams east and west, and putting another team in the east is not ideal. It has never been ideal in this situation. Here we go. Unpopular opinion: the Wild have zero affiliation to the North Stars and shouldn't wear North Stars colors. That's
Yeah.
fair.
And that's fair too. I get it. I mean, and I think it was around the time that the Dallas Stars rebranded, they were talking about going to a throwback jersey, green and gold with a D with an arrow pointing up to a North Star, and that just, again, to me, and that's that's the same franchise, and I get that one,
Yeah.
but still, that would have been a slap to the face to that. I mean,
And Ryan saying like, Quebec City doesn't have enough corporate support. The Canadians have the entirety of the corporate base, and the Canadians don't really. I'm sure that there is an element there of Montreal being like, no, we don't want this team in our backyard.
oh
We
yeah,
have Ottawa, and like Ottawa gets to be there, and I'm sure that pissed off the Leafs and the Habs equally.
yep.
I'm sure a team in Quebec would piss off Montreal again even more.
So
Uh, I think I wish I had a picture of it, but I liked the way the Devils did it when they had but they still had their logo on it.
right. Oh, with the reverse retro,
Yeah, where they kind of like went kind of
the Colorado Rockies of it.
right,
Yeah.
but it looked, but it still was a Devils sweater.
The
I
same thing with
I like that.
the sorry, I didn't mean to jump on the there,
Mhm.
but like same with the Avalanche with their second reverse retro. I thought
Yeah.
you had the Rockies colors, but it was the cut of their original style of their jersey. I thought that really looked really cool. But I have a feeling,
Mhm.
and you guys can clip this and everything, and I probably will be wrong. But I have a feeling because I saw a bunch of the guys from Fanatics, and I know a lot of them were up in Toronto, and they were looking at a lot of retro jerseys in the Hockey Hall of Fame. I'm wondering if we're going to have something like a Throwback Thursday or Reverse Retro 3.0 or something's coming up. I just have a feeling
Well,
that's coming
they'll do
up.
something because selling jerseys is awesome.
Yes. But now, how about selling irony though?
Yeah.
This one, it's like Fanatics reaches a deal with Yeti, and I this like, oh, I gotta see if they actually did this, and of course it's the Utah Mammoth logo on Yeti products, and I'm just like, are you fucking kidding me? Really?
I
We're
I look at Yeti would have been
It's just
awesome,
so
but like
funny.
I'm told about, yeah, but I'm all about the Mammoth now. I love that. I like the whole
Oh, it's a
that whole
terrific
setup
logo.
is just great. I love it.
Yep.
I'm over it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is the irony.
The,
The irony never ends.
it's like, oh my god, that's so funny. It's the Mammoth logo on a Yeti product, but hey, if it sells, it sells. But definitely got a kick out of that one. Ah,
Yeah. I guess that brings us to stock up and stock down.
oh,
Would you like?
so I mean, the obvious pick is the guy that everybody's gushing about. I don't know if you just saw this on Twitter or not, whatnot, and I'll thank Kathy for our Sharks Glass on here. And this is from Sharks PR on top of NHL, their tweet, where they say Macklin Celebrini through 9 games, 6 goals, 9 assists, 15 points, 19 years old. the Sharks retweeted it, and yes, I still call it retweeted.
So do I.
In NHL history, only two teenagers have ever had more points than Macklin Celebrini through the first 9 games of a season. Brian Trottier, 18 years old in 1976, and I can't see the age being a little off, but they're saying Wayne Gretzky, age 16 in 1981. And then Elias Pettersson and Sidney Crosby also had 15 through 9 games when they were kids.
Skylar coming in with the $2 super chat. Again, thank you. Super chats help keep the lights on.
Skylar.
Mammoth 7-0 since Tusky showed up. Fire SJ Sharky. Look at there is one constant on the San Jose Sharks, and it's been SJ Sharky. He's been here through all of it. So good, bad, whatever. He's been here. So if something good happened, I give credit to SJ Sharky. But if something bad happens, it's also that Shark's fault.
Yeah. No, don't let him hear you say that before you get here in March.
All right. So stock up.
So I mean, Mac is probably the obvious choice, but
yes.
I'll give a shout out to Eki, and even before he got injured tonight, Adam Gaudette. I thought he had looked pretty good on that line with Graf, and whether it's Misa or somebody else, I mean, they've looked good. So sorry I took 3, but steal one of them, Ian.
I mean, look at Mac is obviously without the undisputed champion of the week. There's no question. My stock up, Yaroslav Askarov, I think deserves some love. I think that again, that game against New Jersey, he was great. Even though the Sharks lost, I felt totally fine with them losing because of how well he played that game. I thought he was fine tonight. I thought he made some big saves in overtime when the Sharks couldn't do anything before Macklin Celebrini got on. Right. So yeah, I mean, stock up Yaroslav Askarov for sure. And Will Smith, because I love glazing Will Smith. So says the comment section. So, look at again. I thought, he had a big game, and I just like Will Smith's game, man.
No, absolutely.
I always have. Stock down. Who is stock down this week?
Can we just say the entire penalty kill?
Yes. Yes, you can. I
mean 7 goals allowed in.
There are no rules. We just make them up as we go.
Cool. 7 goals allowed on the penalty kill. Sorry, in 4 games, that's like icing on the power play, which is never good.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know who to pick on, because I do think I thought it was a decent week of Sharks hockey. The penalty kill definitely is a really good shout, obviously. But yeah, I don't know, man. I just don't want to pick on the same people every week. And I don't have anyone other than my usual suspects really stood. I mean, Nick Leddy hasn't played a week, so I can't pick on him. Who am I going to pick on here?
You could go a little bit with Orlov. I mean, he seems like he does something good, and the next thing you know, he takes 2 or 3 penalties.
I think with Orlov, though, you know what you're getting with him.
True.
He hasn't done anything that's I find egregious, and he still puts up the points to basically yes, Orlov is going to do these things, but he's still putting up points too. So
right.
I don't know, man. The Sharks fucking medical department, maybe I don't know why these guys can't stay healthy. Everyone seems to be dropping like flies here, but
the 49ers say hold my beer if that's
yeah, I'm aware. For free PlayStation, surprised you didn't say Eklund for stock up or stock. I have been upping on Eklund since the season started, so I didn't want to up him, and I don't think you can down him this week.
Cashed for 51. This is terrible, but stock up for Letty for getting injured and letting the Sharks
for Letty for, I don't want to do that. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think all things considered, this is a pretty decent week of Sharks hockey. No one really stood out. I feel like anyone who I could really throw something at right now, I'm just throwing something at them in order to throw something at somebody. That doesn't feel good.
No.
And again, there's no rules here. We just make them up as we go. So
Well, I'll let you say me for stock down because I'm going to say with this win, the Sharks are only 4 points out of a playoff spot.
God damn it, puck guy, stock down. Jesus Christ.
Sorry,
Oh.
it's a different change versus talking about Gavin McKenna for a few minutes. I'm just saying. All right. He's already
Yeah.
begging. What is? Can AJ finish the show for him?
Wenberg, yeah, okay, Wenberg, yeah, you know what? Wenberg's a good shout. Jesse in the chat. Wenberg could be a good shout for stock down. Yeah, that's fair. I feel like that would be fair.
You
I
can
don't know.
maybe say to Foley outside of that goal. He had
You know what else gets a
quiet
fucking
one.
stock down?
Uh-oh.
Do you know when the Sharks play the Kings this week?
Oh, trust me, I know. I know.
That game starts local because again I'm in the Eastern time zone and these are in problems and I'm aware, but I don't care. They make me angry. That game starts at 11 fucking clock.
Yes, because what better way to showcase all 32 teams than on a weeknight? I mean, it's Frozen Frenzy night.
I get it. Look,
But
I think the Frozen Frenzy is a really good idea. I like how they stagger the starts. Look, I think the big problem with the NHL is, especially if you're a guy who has like the NHL package where you can watch
Mhm.
all the games, is that like, oh, this game's in intermission. Let's go watch another game. Oh nope, it's in intermission. Oh, let's watch it. Oh nope, it's in intermission too. I think that like it's a good thing because you kind of just flip around and kind of go through and just kind of like watch different things during intermission. But an 8 o'clock start is pretty rough, and 11 o'clock start for me is even rougher. Like usually I watch like the first two periods and go to bed. I'm gonna be lucky if I make it through the third.
It's just annoying, and I think Shayna Goldman from the Athletic has said the same thing. It's like you can't stagger these, and the NHL has made it worse. So all the games start at the top of the hour for the most part, unless
Right.
for a few exceptions. I think the Sharks have like maybe one or two, if I recall correctly. Um, but the thing, what?
4 points away from the playoffs, Eric. Spelt wrong. It's Eric with a K.
Yeah.
We have yet to win one game in regulation.
Hey,
That's
let
a
me
good point.
you know how painful it's been these last few years.
Yeah.
Let me just enjoy just a little bit because by Thanksgiving, American Thanksgiving, we're gonna be like, oh, it's only 12 points out, and then it's like, okay, all right, just calm down.
That's fair. All right. So the schedule this week, since
Yes,
that's a great segue to the schedule.
good job.
Tuesday night, the Sharks host the Kings. They will host the Devils on Thursday.
We're
They
wearing
host the
these.
Avalanche on Saturday, and then they play the Red Wings on Sunday. All of these are at SAP Center. The San Jose Barracuda will travel to San Diego Wednesday night. They will host the Rain on Friday and then host the Rain Saturday. So a little road trip for the Barracuda to play the San Diego Gulls, and then they will play the Rain there. And that is that. So we've hit the end of the show here, and I have been running this show since the beginning of the season. However, I have some questions for you guys, and if these questions they don't have to be answered in the chat right now, although you can, if you answer in the chat, I will jot them down. I kind of want to get. I know I said like earlier in the year where I'm like I changed the time and I didn't give a shit and I just told everyone this is the way it was going to be and now it is this way. I do want some feedback though. I'm going to go completely idiotic here. I do want some feedback because I feel like we're spending too much time recapping. And I'd want to know if you guys feel the same. Like if you feel like you would rather us like hit a topic and spend more time on that than recapping games. Cause I feel like we recap, I know that some people do like this because it is a weekend review podcast and not everyone can catch every After Dark, but After Dark is a thing where, ideally we would go into in depth on the games on that show, right? Where it's right after the game happens and you kind of go over that. And I just wonder if we're spending too much time on recapping games here. So I do want your feedback. Like, what if you guys feel like everything's great, then great. Obviously, that would be fantastic, and I would feel better. But if you have any thoughts on that, if you think that like it would be better if we spent more time on like picking a topic and chewing that apart more, um, then let me know in the comments to this video, or you can message me on X at Ian Blogs Hockey. You look at I rarely check my blue sky, but I think I will do I will check it this week. If you are more comfortable messaging me on blue sky at Ian Blogs Hockey, whatever dot blue sky whatever, um let me know how just let me know how you feel. If everything's great, then great, let me know that. If you think that we are spending too much time, like if I'm right and you do feel we're spending too much time recapping, then let me know that too, because I don't know, I feel like I don't feel like we've been like this has been a bad show this year, but it just doesn't feel right. I feel like I can fix something. So
Like the
let
Sharks,
me
you're
know.
always looking to improve and get better.
Yes, yeah, like for Sosky, sometimes we can
Yes.
improve things. We can make things better in the third period, and do a little bit better. So yeah, if you could leave me a comment, either in the comment section of this video or message me on either social media platform, either X, Twitter, Blue Sky, um, then that would be fantastic, and I would super appreciate your feedback.
Appreciate it. You know what we could use some feedback on? Can we get the thumbs up, gang? We got 107 people in here, only 40 likes.
We
I've
can fix
said,
you, and I someone has to, man. Someone has to. Other than that, there was there has been tickets purchased. Puck guy.
yeah.
Tickets have been purchased.
Yes. I mean, literally, we can actually play this video and we can guarantee it.
I'm coming. Yeah.
He is coming. So,
So we do have tickets for the we officially have our tickets for the Winnipeg game and the Montreal game. Barracuda games, we're just going to go and buy tickets at the venue, obviously, because I don't feel the need to buy those in advance. And then those games, so we're going to be at the Jets game for sure. We're going to be at the Habs game for sure. I don't know if we're going to do the Blues game. We'll still be in town for the Blues game, but I don't know. We're going to try and think of some cool shit to do, obviously, while we're all there, because I want to do something cool, like get you guys that are local involved. I have to figure out how we're going to do shows while I'm there and everything else. So
yeah, that was kind of the one that me and Ian were talking about the other day. Um, was so you're here. How are we going to do Pucknologists if we're at the Cuda
I have
game?
no idea. I didn't plan that part through. It's steal Dan Boyle from Shaq. I would love to steal Dan Boyle from
Oh
Shaq.
my god.
However, um,
I'd be pushed out of this chair in a second if Dan Boyle was coming on right now. And I love Boiler, but I could only guarantee AJ would be pushing me aside. It's like, all right, Boiler, hey
we'd both
now.
be out of our chairs. It'd be over.
So
Done.
how
Done.
the fuck do you make it? No, okay, sorry.
So anyway, yes. So I will definitely, like I said, I did circle the Montreal game, but it's definitely we have tickets for Winnipeg. We have tickets for Montreal. So those are definitely two games I'm going to be at. On the After the Winnipeg game, I am going to the Barracuda game after that, and then I'm going to go to the Barracuda game on the Wednesday, I
I think it's
believe.
Wednesday. Yeah.
Yeah. So
And Ian's probably going to watch me play hockey Monday night. So who knows? At the Shark Tank. That'll be fun.
Barracuda games sell out. The only way in is via job application. I'm awesome. They should hire me tomorrow.
Yeah. Molasses, I don't think anyone would mind if you took a day off, especially since you're in San Jose.
Yeah, but I'd like to do something like there's got to be. I wonder if there's a way we could do something where we could like just instead of having a YouTube chat, we just have a people in front of us, and I don't know. We'll figure it out. There's a lot of time between now and then.
Yeah.
To sort this out, but yeah, it became way more real once those tickets were purchased. Let me tell you.
Oh my gosh. I'm so excited. I mean, look, I've known Ian for what 11 years now.
Yeah,
Since we
they're getting
since
up
we
there, yeah.
since we slowly kidnapped you from the original teal tinted glasses,
It's true. Yeah.
which kind of was a predecessor to this show. So,
That's
uh,
true. Yeah, it's
a
funny how it
little
all
bit,
just
right?
yeah.
Oh, Jesse, that might be the idea of how we
Yeah, so
to do it.
like something like that would be really Jesse's saying After Dark from Stanley. Something like that would be really cool. And again, like I don't know if we're gonna go to the Blues game or not. I want to save a day so that if my wife has anything that she wants to do while we're there and we're running out of time to do it, like I have the option, like we can miss that game and go do it. So I want to make sure, obviously, like happy wife, happy life. Let me tell you how true that is. So
Oh, no
we'll
kidding. We're definitely helping out in any way possible for to all the Taco Bell cantinas. I think Jules like begging for you guys to go to, but again, I'm so excited. This is going to be fun. You guys get to come to this to the Bay Area, specifically San Jose, of course,
yeah.
but to do stuff all over the place will be awesome. What the heck, Tarantella?
Thanks.
Welcome back from prison.
Yes.
Oh no.
Oh no.
We're not sharing flight information. That's for darn sure. Then,
Hmm.
but
This is yeah, no, that's gonna be fun. So I'm really looking forward to it. Anyway, so obviously I think as we get closer to that time, obviously we're gonna come up with some cool plans and do everything. And then we'll go from there.
yep,
Anything else
absolutely.
you want to talk about before we end this?
Jesse mentioning, Wait, Eric, are you doing the alumni, the celebrity shinny again? Yes, I am. I just got my thing for it. It's you get tickets for the game on March 1st, which is the game that Ian's going to.
Mhm.
But also they moved it to the following night, so I think it's Monday, March 2nd. I'll be playing at the Shark Tank.
Very cool.
Yeah, I'll be dragging my ass, and wait, you know what? We actually uh, we actually have a live look at how fast I would be playing. Oh crap! You don't have it on here.
What? I don't have anything on here.
You,
I don't know.
oh, the infamous video that you always. Oh, here we go. This this is how quickly I'll be skating.
Oh no, the possum.
That's how slow I'll be.
That's
So
gonna be
don't.
me when I have to leave.
Oh,
And my
that's
wife's
true.
dragging me onto the plane. All right.
All right.
Anything else?
We wish your
Yeah, we've
daughter
got
all the
really
best
close to 9 minutes.
since you
Yeah.
sacrificed your.
Yes. Well, now both children. I look at we won 2 games. Both children are
Oh,
gone.
both.
I am out of children now. So if you guys want to keep the Sharks winning, it's up to you to carry on. All right.
Yes. Take us home, bud.
In case you missed this or want to watch it again, you can always find us on every social media platform that we are currently on. We are currently on all of them. If you like this in audio format, you can find this anywhere you get your podcasts. If you want to watch this again, we're on YouTube. And if you are watching this after the fact, you didn't catch us live for whatever reason, feel free to leave us a comment in the comment section. It helps us, obviously, helps for interaction, helps to keeps us showing up in the feed, so when people are looking for Sharks content, they find us in because there is a sea of Sharks content on YouTube now. So anything that you can do to help us on YouTube to keep us more visible is greatly appreciated. I do love it. Obviously, you can like this video if you liked what we do. You can subscribe if you want to see more of it, and if you really want to go hardcore, you can hit the bell and you will get notified whenever we go live. um, Other than that, you can find absolutely everything we do on tealtownusa.com. That will have links to this show in all of its formats, be it audio, video, whatever. And yeah, that's it, man. That is all for all of us. Eric, any final thoughts before I put the.
I'll see you at the tank on Tuesday and Saturday, I believe, and
Ooh,
can't wait for these guys to be worn on Thursday night. That's gonna
yeah.
just be awesome. So,
All right.
looking forward to it.
I have nothing else to say. Good night.
Good night.